first speaker. That is now our leader, Pascal Oloo, to be able to take it away. Pascal, can you hear me?
Yes, Paul, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I want to welcome you to this business presentation. It's really an honor and exciting for me to share this evening with you, just to share a few ideas. You know, this business, we started about 25 years ago. And the reason we started the business is very, very simple. We started the business to make an extra $200 a month. So if you give me a few minutes, I want to share the screen with you. So what is the mission of our company? What is the mission of our business? It's a very simple idea. It's to make the world a healthier and a happier place. But you see, this has to start with you, because if the rest of the world is healthier, the rest of the world is happier, but you are not, it makes very little difference for you. So it has to start with you. And that is the person who started the journey for our business. Betty is my wife. We've been married now for just, it's going to be 32 years this year. And the reason we started the business is very simple. We started the business for 3 reasons: money, money, and money. We wanted to make an extra income. And I remember when I was a child, my father used to say, son, go to school, get a good education, then get a good and secure job with the government, and you're going to be successful. Of course, I followed my father's advice, went to University of Nairobi, did a course in civil engineering, completed. Somewhere along the way, I fell in love. And you know, when a man and a woman get together, there's natural expansion and children come along. But you see, when the family is growing, the needs of the family also grows. But unfortunately, the needs of the family grows faster than the income you get if you're working for a job. And that's what really frustrated me. So we left Kenya, we went to Lesotho, then to South Africa, because South Africa had just become independent, and I knew they needed a lot of professional people. So we came here because we knew this is the land of gold. But I remember my first salary when we started working in South Africa, 33% of my income went to tax. And I remember telling Betty that it looks like we're much better off in Kenya than here, because the tax here is quite high. But the second thing that really frustrated us is something called inflation. I'm sure in the country where you are, there's a creature or an animal called inflation, because it keeps eating to the power of your money to buy more things. A very simple test for what inflation is: take a list of a basket of goods, buy them this year, let's say 31st of January, check the same goods next year, 31st of January, you'll find the true inflation. What they tell you in the media is actually not accurate. I think it's just propaganda. So that's where we find ourselves with Betty when we started the business. Our goal was to earn $200 a month. And I remember our first check in the business was $3. And you may wonder, why were you so excited about $3? I was very excited about the $3 because it showed me that the system works the way we were taught in the meeting. And when that happened, I got so excited. I remember when we started, I couldn't sleep for 3 days. So Betty and I worked extremely hard. After 7 months, our income reached $1,000. And when that happened, I really paid attention to this business. So we worked extremely hard. After 3 years, what we were earning from my salary, from the business, was 3 times my salary. And I remember so clearly as if it was yesterday, 27th September 1999, when I fired my boss. I deliberately went to the office late, and my boss was upset with me and asked me, why are you coming late today? Because we've got work to do. I said, well, and he said that, don't you know I pay your salary? He said, it's true, but that's only until the end of the month. After that, please give my job to somebody who needs it. That's when Betty and I went into the life of financial freedom. So if you're a guest, spend some time and pay attention to what is being discussed today at this meeting. And at the end of the meeting, turn to the person who invited you and make a decision. Now, before I describe what we do, there are generally 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. That is when you work for somebody for 30 days, and at the end of the 30 days, they pay you a salary. The challenge with a job is it is two or threefold. One is that your income is limited to only the amount your employer can pay you. Number two, I don't think there's anything in the world at the moment called job security for two reasons: technology, and because of COVID, there are so many people who've lost their jobs. I remember reading an article in 2020 that by August, the end of August, 225 million people had lost their jobs worldwide. What does that tell you? It tells you that all these people who've lost their jobs are looking for something to do to generate extra income. And in the job situation also, there's a lot of internal politics, backstabbing and all that. The second way people used to generate income is called self-employment. That is, you start a business, maybe your life savings, or you get a savings, or you get a loan from the bank or a friend or a relative to start a business to provide a product or a service to the public. The challenge with this is that if the business depends on you, that means if you're not there physically, no income comes in. And that's why a lot of people who start businesses, they work for 6 months and they suddenly realize they're trapped by their business. It's a very simple test whether you own a business or not. Go away from it for 2 months. If it collapses, you don't own the business owns you. The third thing that people use to generate income is called big business. These are people who invest very huge capital. They employ lots of people, but of course, with a lot of people, you also have a lot of labor problems, okay? So this is not available to the ordinary person in the street because you need a lot of capital to start this kind of business. Examples of big businesses are companies like Safaricom in Kenya, Vodacom in South Africa, ShopRite Checkers in South Africa, East Africa, and part of West Africa. These are businesses that invest billions of dollars or billions of rand to invest in their providing a product or a service to the public. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investments. But this means that you have money over and above what you need for your daily living. But it requires two other things. It requires knowledge and skill in investments for you to be able to get a good return on your investment. So what most people do, they get a professional to manage their investments. But you see, investment means you have more money than you need that you can actually put in a vehicle or a business to generate more income. But the question is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria you can use to decide an ideal business for building wealth? I think there is, and it's got about these 7 elements. The first is you need very low capital to start the business. For example, in our company, you need between $60 and $100 to start a global business because the infrastructure the company has built. So you require very low capital to start this kind of business. The second thing is you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because this is what people need. One of the greatest secrets of success or becoming wealthy is distribution. If you look at the most successful companies in the world, they're all involved in distribution of either a product or a service. The third element is you need to have a global reach. That means you need to be able to reach a high number of people around the world to distribute your product or service. For example, Betty and I live in Pretoria East. If we opened a shop or a service here, only the people who can get access to our place can get our product or a service. But our company has got offices in 50 countries around the world, serving almost 800 million people. In Africa, we're in 14 countries, covering a population of 450 million people. So we've got an incredible population base who are looking for our services and products. The fourth element is called leverage. Leverage is one of the secrets of successful people. What does it mean? Leverage simply means you find a way to multiply your time, your effort, and your penetration of your services and your products. Why do you think banks open branches or food chains open different stores or retail companies open branches? They open branches to leverage their services, which means although all of us have 24 hours a day, but rich people find a way to cooperate with others to multiply the time and the effort that their business penetrates the market. So leverage is a very powerful element for building wealth. You see, you and I have 24 hours a day. I assume you sleep 8 hours, you spend 2 or 3 hours resting or traveling or eating. The rest you spend with your family. Then you work 8 to 9 hours a day. If you depend only on those hours to work to generate income, it will wipe you out because you can't multiply your time. You can only multiply your time if you have a system that multiplies your effort and your time to increase your income. The fifth element, you need to get involved in consumable products. High quality, for what reason? Because a consumable product has a repeat sale. You see, a pair of shoes is not a consumable product. I remember the last pair of shoes I bought was about 2 years ago. I don't buy it very often. But soap, you buy soap is not very romantic, but you buy soap every single month until the day you die. In fact, I would suggest that even 24 or 48 hours after you die, they still use soap to clean your body. So soap is a very good business. And then you need a business system. What is that? A business system is a tools, procedures, systems that you use to build your business even in your absence. If you look at most of the people who own banks or retail shops, you will rarely find them where their business is being conducted. But why are the business able to grow? Because they have built systems. And the last thing is timing. Timing is very critical to success of business because if you start the business and the timing is wrong, it may not gain traction, either because it's too far ahead of the market and people don't grasp the concept, or you're too far behind that you've been overtaken by events. So timing is very critical in the success of this business. And for our case, our business satisfies all those 7 criteria. At this moment, because of technology and because of the COVID-19, so many people are looking for ways to generate income. They're also looking for ways for health supplements and products to improve their lives and to make their immune system stronger. And that's where our business comes in. So what is network marketing? Network marketing is a system of distributions of goods and services. How does it work? You have a manufacturer, which is Neolife, and you have a consumer. In between the manufacturer and the consumer, there's only one person, a distributor like me or my colleagues who are watching this presentation. So what we do is we cut out all the middlemen. We don't have advertising. For some products, the advertising budget is between 35 and 50%. Think about this. The money the company would have paid would have used to pay an advertising company is what is paid to people like myself who advertise the products by word of mouth. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. The products are explained to customers directly. In fact, what I found very exciting about our business, if a product is launched today, within 10 minutes, over 30,000 people will have known about that product and in great detail because of a network marketing principle. So we are paid for referring customers to buy the products. The company pays us if we do that successfully. The products are researched and developed on your behalf. That means, although you're in business for yourself, but you're not in the business by yourself. Neolife has built infrastructure in 50 different countries that supports your business. There are no qualifications required except 3 things. 1, a desire to succeed. Number 2 is teachability. That means you're willing to learn. And number 3, just sheer hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, nothing will stop you from becoming successful. And when did this business start? This business started by the dream of one gentleman, Mr. Jerry Brasfield, who when he was a teenager had very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And when he felt better, he thought, I might as well share this idea with the rest of my small town. He started in a small town called Porterville in California. But now Neolife operates in over 50 countries. Why has Neolife lasted all this long since 1958? Because we've got some corporate principles which we believe should underpin the growth of our business. The first, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe we need to tell our customers, our friends, our relatives, the people who get in touch with us about the integrity of our products or our business. So the first thing is absolute integrity and honesty. The second is people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If we don't have people, we have nothing. The third element is products that work. Neolife spends a lot of time, a lot of money, is put together a top scientist around the world called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to research and develop top quality products. The fourth corporate principle is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody who starts this business starts at the same level, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're a plumber or a doctor, whether you're an engineer or a nurse, whether you're 18 or 81, we don't care what your background is, as long as you're willing to work, as long as you're willing to learn, as long as you're willing to have a desire for success, you're going to be successful in this business. And the last element is you need to have a long-range vision. What does that mean? Initially, you need to have a 2 to 5 year horizon. We believe that if you follow the system of your upline leader on how the business is built, between 2 to 5 year period, you're going to be financially independent. That means that even if your current source of income stops, you'd be able to support your family from the income you get from this business. Neolife started in 1958 in USA. It came to Africa, South Africa in 1971, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, 96, 97. If you're a guest, this company or this business has come to your doorstep. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for different reasons. Some start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to build their dream homes. Some start the business because they like to buy good cars or fancy cars. You know, I was listening to a friend of mine and he was telling me, you know, it's good to buy a good car. Even if you've got worries, at least if you're traveling in a good car, your worries make a lot of sense, okay? So some people start the business because they want good house. Some people start the business because they want to buy a holiday home. Some start the business because they want to make money. I think it's very important for us to know how to make money. You know, money is not the most important thing, but I think it ranks somewhere with oxygen, because if you don't have it, you can die. I mean, $200 for some people can make the difference between living and dying. So we make making money a very serious element in training our distributors. That it is important to learn how to make money, because money has got 3 uses. One is a means of exchange of goods and services. Number 2 is a store of wealth. And number 3 is a measure of wealth. So making money is a very serious business. Some people join the business because they want to be physically fit. So people join the business for different reasons. If you're a guest, what would be a reason for starting this business? What is your why for starting the business? So if that is you, you register the company, which is more than 60 years old, operates in over 50 countries, is got a scientific board whose job is just to research and develop first-class products. And we've got 4 ranges of products in our business. The first one is called the Golden Home Care range. Products for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilets, your tiles, your carpet, anything in your home that you can clean, we've got the range of products. The second one is the personal care products. These things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, things you need to make yourself look smart. The third range is a skincare range called Nutrients Organics. These are products you use to make your skin look neat. The largest organ in your body is your skin. And in fact, your skin indicates the health status of your body. If you look at somebody's skin, you'd be able to tell whether the person is healthy or not. And the last range of our products is the health supplements. These are products that we use to make our health better. Why is that the case? Because, you know, when your health is finished in life, your mission is finished. That is why about 60% of our sales is through the nutritional products or the healthcare supplements. Now, how does this business work? This business works when you do what we call 3 daily success habits. What are those habits? First, the first one is we use the products. Why do we use the products? For 2 good reasons. Number one, we are supporting our own business. Number 2 is that we want the people we recommend products to know that we also use what we are recommending, because it doesn't make sense for me to recommend something to somebody and I don't use it and I've never experienced it. So we simply change our buying habits. Now, because Neolife is registered in 50 different countries, we use what is called the point value system. It's called the PV system. It's simply a tool we use for measuring or standardizing the size of business around the world. Okay? And another reason is each country has got a different currencies, and the exchange rate between one currency and another is constantly changing. So we don't use money to measure the size of business. We use PV or point value system. Let's say you use 100 points in your home. The second habit we do in our business is we share the business opportunity. What does that mean? It means we talk to our friends, relatives, and neighbors to become promoters and distributors like ourselves. If you introduce 6 people plus yourself is 7, and each person is doing 100 PV, that is 700 PV. That makes you a manager. Your income is roughly $45 a month. The next thing we do is we start teaching the people we've introduced to also introduce others. Supposing the person on the top right corner introduces 2 people, and those 2 introduce 2, eventually they will have built a 700 PV unit, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV. You become a senior manager and your income is about $90 a month. Okay, $90 may not excite some people, but me, if I saw that in my first month or 2 in the business, I get very, very excited because I know the system works the way we've been told. So the next thing is we teach all these people we brought into the business to do what we do. That means to duplicate our activity. 700 PV unit is just for demonstration purposes. If you have 6 people doing 700, that's 4,200 plus the other 100 is 4,300. You become a director in the business and your income is between 580 and 700 US dollars. The third thing, the next thing we share is the products. Why? Because some people will not be interested to join the business. They just want to buy top quality products. Okay? If they want to buy top quality products, then if they have to buy from you and you make a profit of 20%. Okay? The third thing we do in our business is called personal development. What is personal development? Personal development simply means that you take time to become a leader, you take time to learn about the business, you take time to learn about the products through training, support, and personal development seminars, conferences, material, books. This system helps us to grow as business leaders. Now, I know some people want to earn more money. If you want to earn more money, you just need to help other people become successful. If you help one more person become a director in the business and your business is doing more than 10,000 PV, your income is roughly $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people become directors, your income is about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, you go into the president's team, it's called the elite of our business, your income goes way beyond $5,000 a month. So at this stage, I want to get back to Paul to invite our guests. In fact, when I saw that our guest is Chrisna Dollman today, I jumped up and down like a little boy because I was very excited waiting to hear her story. So Paul, back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Pascal, for taking us through the presentation. And just a brief introduction of what Neolife is to our guests on the opportunity today. And guess what? It is believed every achievement begins with a decision to try. So you as our guest today, the best decision that you can make is to be able to try and get into the concept that Pascal has been able to introduce to us so that you can be able to see the things that Pascal is talking about coming through into your life. As Pascal has said, we have a special guest who is joining us today, also joining us from South Africa. This is a lady who has been able to achieve so much in this opportunity. I think he joined Neolife when it was just a few years old in Africa. And, you know, by now she's over 40 years since when she came to this opportunity. She's a true leader. And we're always happy whenever we get an opportunity to host her, because she's part of the team that brought this opportunity into East Africa. Actually, I think like 99% of the business that is in Tanzania today, it is because this lady came to East Africa to be able to introduce this opportunity. So I want to bring in our present team member joining us from South Africa, Chrisna Dollman, to be able to share with us. Chrisna, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, it was a wonderful presentation, Pascal. Really, it's so inspiring to listen to your presentation. And I'm very, very excited to be with you tonight on this Zoom call. What a way to communicate and meet your team and your friends on this Zoom while we are in this COVID situation where we cannot really travel and meet in flesh with one another. So this is the second best, but still it's fantastic to meet with all of you online. So I always love coming to East Africa. I haven't been there for nearly 3 years since COVID. I think I was there in 2019. And then COVID came and we were not able to travel, but hopefully I believe and I pray that the situation will change, that we will get back to the normal situation again. So it's also so great to see all our friends, my team members online, people from Uganda, I see people from Tanzania, I see people from Kenya on this call. So it's exciting to share a few thoughts with you. Paul actually asked me to tell you a little bit about our story and how it came about that we became part of this business. And I can tell you, I thank God every day that he gave us this opportunity. When we were in need, we were looking for an opportunity, and I'm so glad that it was this opportunity. It could have been any other opportunity, but God has got a plan for each and every one of us. So that's why we are in the Neolife opportunity. Now, we live in Cape Town in South Africa. So I bring you greetings from Cape Town. Actually, we live in a town outside of Cape Town, about 50 kilometers outside of Cape Town, called Somerset West. And that's where we were living basically since we got married. And just before we got started in the business, we moved there. So, but tonight, I actually want to welcome our guests on this call. I'm so excited to have you joining us tonight for the first time. You know, for each and every one of us, there was a first time. Now, we looked at this opportunity for the first time in 1980. That's nearly, in May, it will be 42 years ago. Now, at that time of our lives, I was a young mother with like a 7-month-old little baby boy. And his birth made me to become a housewife. And it was always my dream that one day when I got my own children, I wanted to be a stay-home mom. You know, that was my dream. So when I have my first child, I stopped working, and my career was that of a nursing sister and a midwife. And so I quitted my job when Eugene was born. And when he was only 3 weeks old, we moved into a newly built house at Somerset West, where we are currently staying. So I can tell you, at that stage of our lives, we were flat broke. We were in debt. We had a huge bond on this newly built house, and we missed my salary, even though it was very, very small at that time, but it was there, and it helped. So we missed my salary, and I clearly remember those days. You know, we did not have money to buy curtains for the windows of this new house. My mom gave me some linen sheets that I hanged in front of the windows, and there was no driveway. I remember we were spinning in the mud, moving up the driveway with a car. There were no boundaries. I clearly remember my husband planted agapanthus plants around the border of the plot, just to have some sort of a boundary wall. And there were no garden. He planted grass all by himself just to make it more acceptable. So I can promise you there were no money for any extras. We were broke. So, and I played this wonderful role of being a stay-at-home mother for about 7 months. And then we came because, before a crossroad, we had to make some serious decisions about our financial situation at that stage. Now, I had two choices. I either go back to my nursing career and earn a salary to supplement our income, or I needed to do something from home, or find something that I could do from home. Now, at that stage, I remembered about a phone call I had the day that I came out of hospital with our firstborn. So he was about 3-4 days old, and we walked into this flat that we were staying near the hospital where I was working. The telephone rang, and I picked up the phone with the baby in my arms. And the person who was on the other side asked me, she heard that I was now stopped my nursing career, if I would be interested in something extra, to supplement my income. And at that time, it was bad timing, because here I stand with a 3-day-old baby, and somebody, offered me an opportunity. So I said, well, it's not at this stage quite possible for me to do anything, but give me your phone number. So I wrote the phone number down in a little book, and off I went, to the new house. And now we came to that crossroad 7 months later, where we had to make decisions. So I remembered about that phone number. So I called the lady and I asked her, she's a total stranger. I asked her, is this opportunity still available? And she said, yes, but you and your husband must travel. It's about 50 kilometers back into Cape Town to have and meet with her, and she will explain the opportunity to us. So I was so skeptical, but anyway, we dropped the little one off with my husband's parents, and off we went to this presentation. They wouldn't allow me to go on my own. He had to be with me. So we got there, and as we walked into this presentation, my husband saw there's some products and stuff in the corner of the room, and he said, wife, this is not for us. Let's go back home. I said, no. We traveled all this way. Let's just sit down and listen what it is all about. Anyway, so they explained the business. I did not understand anything that evening, but he said, wife, remember, you are looking for something to do. I've got a job. I'm not interested. You do it. You will have to do it. Anyway, so we did not make a decision that evening. We went back home and pick up the little one, and we told our in-laws, what it was all about. They turned negative and they said, no, this is not going to work. But I'm telling you, my dream, my desire was stronger than my fear. We did not listen to them. The next morning, I phoned the person back and I told her, we're going to start the business. But now the snag is, when we went to the presentation, the lady who invited us was not there. So she gave us to somebody else who invited, who sat with us and helped us. So we phoned that lady back, and she said, and I told her that we just want to start at a very low level. We're not, very interested at the moment. But anyway, so she phoned the lady back who initially invited me and told her that we just want to start at a very low level. So that lady said, you can take them and you can work with them because they're not serious. So our sponsor, Ubri Kutsi, took us, and she helped us, and she really helped us to build this business and become successful. So we were given away. We were actually orphans, but my dream was there. So we decided we're going to give this business a go. So never never misjudge people or think they are not going to, do the business. Look where we are 42 years later. So that was my dream. So it was stronger than my fear. So we got started. Now, my sponsor was really great. She helped me to get off the ground. And I must admit, I did not understand the business at all. I just knew that these products need to move. So I started to go from door to door. And I mean, today you can't do that anymore. But I put my little one in a pram, put some products around his legs, and off I went up the street and start knocking on doors. I was so desperate, I needed the extra income. So, and the people started to buy from me. So maybe they felt sorry for me and they just bought products. And because I did not understand the business, I just sold products like crazy. I did not sponsor anybody into the business. I just sold my way up to become a director. Now, for the guests who don't understand what a director is, it's a level that you reach by climbing some steps and building your team. But I did it all by myself. So then there was a convention in Israel, an overseas convention, and we qualified to go because we were now new directors. So obviously I took my husband with, and he did nothing in the business, but he came with me to Israel to the convention, and there he saw that this is not just a small little business thing. This is a huge opportunity. So his eyes opened, the penny dropped for him, and he came back and he started to help me, and our business started to take off. It took us, I think it was about 9 years to get to president's team for Ruby level. But we really worked hard, and with his support, it's always better when there's two people than one working the business. But okay, today we've got 3 children. All 3 of them are married, and 2 of them has got children. So we got 4 beautiful grandchildren, and they are such a blessing to us. But we were also able to put all 3 our children through university because of this business, and we could pay for their studies. So they started off with a head start. They didn't have to pay back a loan. So if I just think about our journey in Neolife for this past 42 years, it's just incredible. It's just life-changing. Now, although my dreams were small when we joined at that time, I never imagined what would have happened for us in the future. So 1.5 years after we joined the business, that was in 1981, we introduced a couple to the business, not knowing what was in store for us. So they joined us, and as the network works, network marketing works, they introduced, amongst others, a professor in South Africa who came from Uganda. And he took the business to his home back in Uganda. And that was the start of something that became so big and so incredible. And I'm sure that most of you on this call tonight are offsprings from that decision that we made and the person that we invited. Now, at that time, Neolife was non-existing in Uganda. But I remember Jasper, we sponsored Jasper Klute. He was sending loads and loads of products over the border to supply the exploding network, because it was really exploding. And eventually the company opened up in Kampala, and from there it spread all over East Africa. In fact, in so many countries around the world, they are currently operating, and it has spread all over the world. So this is just an incredible story of what can happen in network marketing in this Neolife opportunity. Now, we did not join the business originally to travel. That was not in my mind to ever think of getting on an aeroplane, to go overseas. But it came as an added benefit through this opportunity. Now, today, we've traveled more than 100 times overseas with the company. You know, I did not even have a passport before this business, and we never were on an international aeroplane before this business. And now we've been to so many different countries because of this opportunity. So just to mention a few of the countries, just to whet your appetite for what can happen for you. We've been to Italy, to Spain, to the UK, to the USA a couple of times. Disney World, we went to Hawaii a couple of times to see the founders' holiday place there. Alaska, Australia, Mexico, the Maldives, Mauritius, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Russia, Sweden, Europe, Singapore, Japan, and so many cruises that we've done because of this opportunity. So if you want to travel, you guests and distributors, this is the opportunity for you to take on. God willing, we're going to Prague in May this year. It's been postponed for 2 years in a row now because of COVID, but I believe that in May we will be able to travel to Prague for the World Team Conference. So, and we also, initially, we didn't join the business to work for a residual income one day. It just happens. My husband retired about nearly 4 years ago, if I remember correctly, and our income has not dropped, even though he is retired. This business gives us an income and a lifestyle that most people dream about. So start planning now for your retirement. You know, it's never too early to start and look after your future. Start building your network so that one day when you are at our age, you will also have a residual income coming in. So I can promise you, you don't want to be dependent on the government's pension. That is not a way to live. So, and the other thing is, we certainly did not join Neolife or this business to become more healthy. It was not in our mind to become more healthy, more energetic, but it happened through the opportunity. You know, today we are more energetic. We've got more knowledge about nutrition than ever before, even as a nursing sister, because in our curriculum, we did not do, well, we hardly did anything on nutrition, because in the nursing career, we were looking after patients and we were helping and working with them, and trying to heal them, but not to prevent. So this is what Neolife is all about, is to prevent you before you become sick. So this whole food supplements, there is nobody that makes nutrition and supplements like Neolife does, because it's whole food supplements. And then the other thing, benefit that we had from the opportunity is we did not join to make friends. You know, we had friends at that time, but now we've made incredible friends all over the world. It just happened that way. We met people who enriched our lives, friends with similar goals than us, and dreams, and friends that we can have a lot of fun with. They become actually closer to you than some of your family members. I can tell you, because you got the same, you're running in the same direction with the same dreams and goals. So this is just a few of the benefits that we already had out of this business, and I believe for many years to come still, because in this business you don't retire, you just refire yourself and you just carry on. So my message to you as guests tonight on the call: if you dream of a better future, you have to change what you are currently doing. If you're not happy with where you are in your financial situation or where you are in life, you need to change and do something different, because if you keep on doing what you currently do, you will always have what you currently got. So it's insane to expect a better tomorrow or a different tomorrow if you keep on doing what you currently do, of what you've been currently been doing in the past as well. So I believe this business is for everyone with a dream. everyone that wants to better himself and do something for your environment, for your health, for your friends, you know, to better your life. And I believe poverty, there's a lot of poverty nowadays in the world, not only in South Africa, and I'm not talking about your countries, but I believe that poverty is a curse. You know, God wants us to succeed. He plans good things for us. We must just take action and just do it, as Nike says. You know, the Nike slogan is just do it. The same with us. You just need to go out and do it because you were destined to be successful. So I want to urge the guests on the call tonight. Talk to the person who gave you this link tonight to this presentation. Tell them that you want to change, that you want to do better for yourself, that you want to be inspiration to other people and to your family and all that. And tell them you want to get started, you want to change your life and make the dream life that you are dreaming of part of your life and make it a reality. So it was so nice to share with you from my heart, because I just love this opportunity and I thank God for this opportunity. I cannot tell you what this business has meant for us. It's just incredible. So make the right decision so that your loved ones can be proud of what you accomplish through this opportunity and through your life in this business. And nice talking to you, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Chrisna, for sharing with us, all of us on the call. We have over 400 people who have been listening to your story today. And what an amazing story. You know, when you narrate it, it's just like it started yesterday, but it truly shows the power when you believe and make a decision to be able to be part of an amazing opportunity like this one. And, you know, the things that we have been able to achieve, we are truly honored by you accepting to be our guest speaker today, because I'm sure your story has resonated with the guest who is on the call today. And after this meeting, they'll be able to make that decision to be part of this opportunity. And guess what? I mean, once you do that, you never know, the next couple of years, you'll be the next Chrisna Dollman seated where she is now, in your home, of course, sharing your story, the things that we've been able to achieve. And I can tell you, with Neolife, everything is possible because the company supports you to make sure you succeed in everything that you want to achieve. So thank you so much, Chrisna. We are truly honored by your presence today. And I just want to say that, you know, that is our story, which is amazing, a story which gave a lot of hope to people today. And East Africa, we truly connect with her because she put a lot of effort for the business to be where it is today. So I want to take us back to Pascal so that he can be able to close our meeting today. Pascal, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Chrisna. As one of my success lines says, when I grow up, I want to be like you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you've had the story. I cannot add anything more to that story. It's really a wonderful and powerful story. One of the things the company has done is to take full advantage of technology. During the COVID-19 in South Africa, the lockdown was from the 26th of March, 2020. And for 5 months, we did not go out except to buy grocery. But our business still grew. Why? Because the company used the internet services. If you want to order products, you can order them online. If you want to register new distributors in your team, you can do it online. As soon as you get registered, the company creates for you your own personalized website called your back office, where you monitor and manage your business. Training is done internationally and locally online. For example, the people who've been attending this presentation, I've seen people from Nigeria, people from Tanzania, from Uganda, from South Africa, from Botswana, people from different parts around the world. Delivery of products, the company contracts courier companies in every market they do business to deliver products to our customers and distributors. Payment is done online or by mobile transfer. Payment of bonuses and commissions is done by electronic funds transfer or mobile money. This is the company takes of maximum advantage of technology to make the business more efficient. One of the things Chrisna talked about is traveling. Betty and I had the privilege of attending the Ruby Orientation School at the Santon Sun Hotel in October 2019. The company pays for everything. They treat you like kings and queens. It's a fantastic thing because the company recognizes your leadership capacity. In 2017, a group of distributors went to Abu Dhabi to experience a different part of the world. Those are some of the people who attended the leadership school in Johannesburg, Santon Sun Hotel. If you're a guest, how do you get started? Speak to your sponsor or the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form to fill. You need to pay your registration amount for your business starter kit. In South Africa, it's between 720 and 2,810 Rand. In Kenya, is 7,620 or 9,280. In Nigeria, is 20,600 or 26,500 Naira. In Tanzania, is 145,400 or 178,400 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, is 211,000 or 251,000 Uganda shillings. In the USA, is 75 US dollars. In Sweden, is 1,025 Swedish krona. In Italy, is 64 euros. In Ghana, is between 280 and 447 Ghanaian cedis. So this is what you need to start the business. And when you pay this amount, you immediately get access to infrastructure in 50 different countries. This is just incredible. Anybody who has started a business knows that you cannot start a business with this amount of money and have infrastructure already working on your behalf. What do you need to get to succeed in our business? First step, you need to make a decision. Success begins with a decision. Think about Chrisna's story. Imagine she wrote, you say, I think it's God's design. She wrote a phone number. Only 7 months later did she go back to call the person. She could have forgotten it, but she made a decision to start. So the first step of success begins with a decision. The other thing, there are 4 other things you need to be successful. Number 1, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is your desire? What do you really want to achieve in life? The second thing you need to know is you need to find out what you need to do to become successful. That means you need to learn. You need to be teachable. The most successful people in this business are always very teachable. They follow the guidelines of somebody else who has already been successful in the business. The third thing you need to do is just sheer hard work, discipline, guts, persistence. It requires patience. This business, you need to be patient. And the fourth thing is faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your sponsor or the person who invited you, and faith in the company Neolife, in the products, in its philosophy, in its mission. If you believe all these things, if you know what you want, if you're willing to learn, if you work hard and you have faith, nothing will stop you from becoming successful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending this presentation with us. May God expand your lives and all your dreams become true. Thank you and good night.